I've been gathering data on the violent crime rate in the city and the county of Anderson in 2019 and 2020, which for the most part are on par with the state's numbers. I was also able to get my hands on Anderson's numbers so far this year, and they may surprise some people because where homicides are up in the county, they're down in the city, and where the city reported an increase in aggravated assaults, the county saw a decrease. One thing they have in common is neither can find a clear trend as to why. What breeds crime in Anderson County? That's the question we set out to answer. Some tell me they blame drugs and gangs. Others say it's mental illness. But when I asked Sheriff McBride, he told me it's all of the above and then some.
Some of it's random, but it is targeted. They're isolated because it's not the general public that's being targeted. There's a specific beef that somebody else has with somebody else.
A scenario all too familiar to Dana Bordelin, whose son Curtis was shot and killed over a bicycle in May.
Mad, very mad, upset. I cry a lot and I scream out of nowhere.
Paul Cormack is charged with the murder of 27-year-old Curtis Bordelin after the two fought over Curtis's bike. Dana told me that Cormack took her son's bike and then told Curtis he was going to come back the next day and kill him. A threat the victim didn't believe until it was too late.
I tried telling them people weren't no good. He'd do anything for anybody, just about.
Dana told me Cormack illegally bought the gun from a felon hours before he shot and killed her only child. A story I later confirmed with the sheriff.
I would say that's pretty spot on, pretty much. Okay. That's you know who to buy guns from, just like you know who to buy dope from. Sometimes it's the same person.
Guns getting into the wrong hands is not only an issue in the county, but it's one Anderson Police Chief Jim Stewart is constantly battling.
We have so many people that do not lock their cars. In fact, this morning I was looking at the reports. We've had two vehicles that were unlocked with guns left in them. So you're putting yourself in danger by losing your gun, but now our officers are going to have to confront someone that has stolen that gun.
Just days ago, Chief Stewart sent me additional information saying officers arrested 2 kids for a shooting with weapons they stole during car break-ins. And while going through the city's crime data, I learned car break-ins and aggravated assaults, which include drive-by shootings, are both up in recent months.
It's not only handguns, we've had AR-15 rifles taken.
The county faces a similar issue where suspects are getting more brazen and younger, setting the stage for a new generation of senseless violence.
Even in the score and getting back at each other and just, your typical violence. And I know between us and Anderson City, you've seen a lot more drive-bys. And those can be for the stupidest of reasons.
Since January 1st, 2021, Anderson County has investigated 9 homicides.
Hey, I'd love to have a deputy on every street corner if I could. Maybe that would help prevent a lot of the stuff from happening, but that's not reality. And, so where does it go after us after we, figure out who it is and put someone in jail? There's so many more layers after us that it has to go through, and there's so many broken areas that need to be fixed.
Those broken areas the sheriff is referring to are within the judicial system. He says the judicial system is flawed. Tomorrow night at 10, I'm taking the sheriff's complaints to the county solicitor. Back to you.